Suta Hatate really thinks he's the main character just because he can see some glowing flags above people's heads. But just because you dodged a truck one time doesn't make you Goku. He transfers into this fancy school and somehow ends up living with a bunch of hot anime girls. Meanwhile, the rest of us can't even get a reply from our crush, and this guy's chilling in a mansion with more waifus than a corn movie, despite looking like a low-life isekai protagonist who lost his cheat power halfway through the story. The story begins with a serious car accident. A big truck is speeding down the road, a schoolgirl is waiting at the side ready to cross the street. Suddenly something strange happens. A quiet boy says a few words, and at that exact moment, the truck turns away on its own and misses the girl. She stands there shocked. She looks around to find the boy, but he's already walking away without turning back. Alarms start ringing, but the girl keeps watching him as he disappears. Later, she walks to school, still thinking about what happened. The boy was wearing the same school uniform as hers, which means he goes to the same school. She wonders if she'll ever see him again. It feels unlikely. But as she walks into class, she looks up and there he is. He's the new transfer student. His name is Suta Hatate, and he's told to sit behind Nanami, the girl he saved. In class, some students try to talk to him. A confident guy tries to be friendly, but Suta quietly refuses. A popular girl tries to get his attention too, but he ignores her. Later, a few students from the baseball club ask him to join, but he says no to them as well. Nanami becomes curious. She wants to speak with Suta in private. She asks him why he keeps staring at people's heads and why he makes odd choices. She also wants to know if he was the one who saved her. Suta tries to avoid answering, but Nanami keeps pushing. Finally, Suta tells her the truth. He says he can see special marks, called flags, above people's heads. These flags show parts of their future, like friendship, love, or even death. He also knows how to break these flags and change what's going to happen. That morning, he saw a death flag and destroyed it to stop the accident. Suta also says he broke the friendship flag of the cool guy and the romance flag of the pretty girl because he doesn't want to get close to anyone. Nanami laughs and thinks he's just being dramatic. But Suta becomes serious. He says he brings bad luck to anyone who gets close to him, and that's why he keeps his distance. His words remind Nanami of something from her past. She doesn't agree with his way of thinking. Suta then shares a sad story. He says he was once on a large ship that sank in a terrible accident. Everyone died except for him. He believes that people near him always end up hurt. Nanami gets angry. She tells Suta that there is no flag above her head. Even if there was, his attitude would destroy it anyway. She says she will be honest with him and he should be honest with her too. She gets very close to his face while scolding him, but then suddenly becomes shy and steps back. She feels embarrassed and tells him not to look at her like that. She introduces herself properly as Nanami Knight Bladefield, but she warns him that if he calls her anything other than Nanami-chan, he will be in trouble. Later, Suta and Nanami are sitting in the park at school eating lunch. A cheerful girl with a friendship flag above her head walks up to them. She introduces herself as Akane Mahugasawa and asks to eat with them. Suta says no and breaks her friendship flag, but the flag appears again. Akane keeps asking to join them. Suta breaks the flag again, and again it reappears. After trying many times, Suta finally gives up and allows her to sit beside him. Yanami then tells Suta more about Akane. She is the heiress of a powerful business group called the Mahugasawa Group. Then Akane reveals something surprising. Nanami is actually a princess, the 13th princess of the small country of Bladefield in Europe. Nanami quickly adds that it is a poor country with many princes and princesses who don't get along. Akane ignores everything and happily announces that she, Nanami, and Suta are now best friends. Suta becomes worried because he notices that Akane's flags keep coming back again and again. Nanami says that maybe it is because Akane is a very kind and honest person who never shows off. That could be why her flags are strong. After school, Nanami and Suta are walking home. Akane catches up and asks to go home with them. Suta wonders why she keeps insisting. Akane explains that Suta looks like a lonely puppy who needs someone to care for him. As they walk together, more and more friendship flags appear above her head. They walk for a long time, even going through a forest and farm. Finally, they arrive at an old and abandoned wooden house. They go inside. Akane makes a joke about Nanami also looking like an abandoned puppy, which makes Suta laugh. Feeling embarrassed, he goes to the bathroom. While Suta is gone, Nanami asks Akane why she wants to be friends with Suta so badly. Akane tells her a sad story. As the heir of her family's business, she spent most of her childhood alone. One day, she met a girl her own age in a library. They became good friends. But Akane's father did not allow the friendship because the other girl came from a lower class. The only thing Akane still has from that friend is a hairpin they exchanged. When Akane first saw Suda, she felt like she had another chance to make a real friend. Nanami understands this and says Suda feels the same. If they both care about each other's happiness, maybe they can be happy in the end. Just as they are about to leave, Akane runs upstairs, saying she forgot something. Suta suddenly sees a death flag appear on her head. He asks Nanami what they talked about, then realizes it appeared because Akane shared a deep memory. He says that death flags from sad stories are very dangerous and runs to save her. Akane finds her hairpin, but then the floor under her breaks. She falls. Suta jumps after her. He tries everything to break the death flag, but it stays there. Then, finally, a small love flag appears. He understands that he cannot destroy the death flag, but he can change it. He kisses Akane, and the death flag shines into a golden love flag. Many more love flags appear around her. Akane screams in shock. Nanami hears her, and she and Suta are both surprised. After the ending song, Suta looks in the mirror. He remembers that Akane's love flag had a special message: conquest complete. When he looks again, he sees something dark and scary. A strange spiral-shaped flag has appeared above his own head. In the next scene, we see Suda is now relaxing on a comfortable recliner. He is on a big cruise ship, enjoying the sea breeze. While he rests with his eyes closed, someone quietly walks up to him. It is his older sister. She smiles and gently tells him to stop being alone all the time. She encourages him to go and talk to girls and enjoy life more. Just then, a light breeze carries a hat that lands directly on Suta's face. He slowly removes it and looks up. A cheerful girl stands in front of him. Her name is Sakura. She giggles and invites him to play a game. Suta looks confused but agrees to join. Later, everything changes. The scene shifts back to the school, where Suta is now sitting in his classroom. Nanami looks at him with serious eyes. She seems upset and accuses him of being suspicious. But Akane, the friendly girl from earlier, has no problem with Suta at all. She keeps smiling and acting warmly. Suta calmly explains that he cannot break the love flag. He says it would be very dangerous to do that. Suddenly, an unknown girl enters the classroom with a loud and energetic voice. Without warning, she jumps on Suta and hugs him tightly. She says she was very worried about him. Suta seems surprised but calls her Kikuno Shokanji. She later tells everyone that she and Suta are childhood friends. They had not seen each other for 2 years. She had been studying overseas. Now, even though she is older than Suta, they are in the same school year. Later that day, Nanami, Kikuno, and Akane decide to visit Suta's house. But when they reach there, they are shocked. The building where Suta lives is in terrible condition. It looks very old, broken, and unsafe. Both girls feel sad and worried after seeing how badly Suta is living. They make up their minds to do something and help him. While talking to Nanami, Suta explains something interesting about Kikuno. He says she also has a flag on her head. It is a sibling love flag. He also shares that even though he tries to break the flag, it dodges every time. This type of flag cannot be broken easily. To find out what to do, they visit an old and wise lady named Sumogiru Shikibara. She looks like a child, but she is actually very old. Before she can help, another girl suddenly appears. She is Mimori Saitekuji, the student council president of the school. She looks very confident and already has a plan. She says she has already called a group of professionals to rebuild Suta's home. Soon, the Engineering Research Society of the school arrives. They are ready to work, but they say that rebuilding the place will take at least 1 month. Everyone feels a little worried. But then, a group of classmates appears. They say they have come by the king's request and offer their help. With everyone working together, they are now sure the place can be finished in just 1 week. While helping, Suta meets a boy named Megumo Tozokuyama. He has soft features and wears a girl's uniform. Because of this, many people mistake him for a girl. It turns out his older sister convinced the school to let him dress that way. Megumo is very happy when Suta instantly sees that he is actually a boy. At that moment, a huge number of friendship flags pop up around Megumo. Suta tries to destroy them, but the flags keep appearing over and over again. When the construction is finally completed, Mimori gives them some news. She says the dormitory will be closed unless 5 students agree to live there. Right away, Akane, Nanami, Kikuno, and Megumu volunteer. They all decide to move in and live with Suta. That same day, they carry their things and settle into the new dormitory. Later, a few silly incidents happen in the bathroom between Suta and the girls. These moments are awkward and a little embarrassing. After this, Suta decides to take a quiet walk around the dorm. As he walks past the rooms, he suddenly sees something strange. A dark, scary-looking flag is floating in one corner of an empty room. Curious, Suta walks inside and carefully looks around. The room is quiet and dusty. On top of a dresser, the dark flag continues to wave. He slowly opens one of the drawers and finds something surprising. Inside, there is a letter. As he reads it, he sees something familiar. The letter talks about a game. It includes pieces called the Princess, the Ninja, the Bishop, and others. As Suta continues reading, a memory flashes in his mind. He remembers Sakura, the girl from the cruise ship. She was the one who gave him the hat. She also played a game with him. After she won, she told him something important. She said she would give him a special power, the power to see flags. She said this ability would help him understand the real truth about the world. Suta wakes up in the dorm room and finds Akane calling out to him. He gets shocked. Meanwhile, Nanami enters into the room and gets annoyed to see Akane there so early in morning. But then, something begins to move under the sheets of Suta. Everyone gets confused, and when they check, to their surprise, they suddenly see Megumu sleeping next to Suta in the same bed. This makes him panic and feel confused. Soon, all this reveals to be the part of Kikuno's strange plan. She comes there, clearly feeling excited, finding Suta surrounded by girls. Suddenly, all of them hear some strange noises. They peep out of window to check, and things become more chaotic when an airplane suddenly flies above the school dorms. It drops a huge package straight into the garden of the dorm. Everyone gathers around to open the mysterious package. Inside the box, they find a robot girl. She is an android created and sent by the Mahugasawa group. Her job is to help Akane since she is from the Mahugasawa family. The robot girl introduces herself as Ruri Ninja Bayashi. The group welcomes her and lets her become part of their dorm family. She even joins them at school, attending classes and staying close to the others. Later, while everyone is having lunch, the student council president Mimori comes with an important announcement. She tells the group that the school dorm Quest dorm might be shut down soon. Not only that, but Suta might also get expelled. This shocks everyone. Mimori explains that to stop this from happening, the dorm group must win the MVP title during the school's upcoming sports event, Track Meet Week. This event is very serious, and the dorm members must win if they want to save their home. Mimori takes responsibility since she is the one who caused the problem in the first place. To help the team, she sends someone to train them, a second-year student named Rin Ilyuzaki. Rin is known for being very strong and serious. When she arrives, Suta sees something strange above her head. A flag floats there and it says, "I hate men." This makes things harder for Suta since he is the only boy in the group. Rin moves into the dorm with them and starts a strict training schedule. She works very hard and pushes everyone to do their best. Her training style is very harsh, but the group understands the importance of the challenge. After a full day of tiring practice, everyone is allowed to rest. Except for Suta. He continues training alone. During training, Suta starts talking to Rin. He gently asks her what kind of boys she likes. Rin becomes quiet for a moment, then slowly explains that there is only one boy she has always liked. His name is Sauda. As she speaks, she remembers her childhood. In her memory, she is dressed like a boy, playing happily with another boy. That boy was special to her. They used to spend time together every day, but one day he left without saying goodbye. Since then, she has missed him deeply. Back in the present, Suta hears this and tells her that a long time ago, he was actually called Sauda. This surprises Rin. To check if it's really true, she takes out her phone and sends a message to Sauda, her childhood friend. A moment later, Suta's phone rings. The message appears. Everything becomes clear. Rin finally realizes that the boy from her past is standing right in front of her. Now that she knows the truth, Rin starts to feel very embarrassed. Her cheeks turn red and she becomes shy. At that moment, a strange new flag floats above her head. It is a yandere flag. This flag does not mean danger in a violent way. It shows deep emotional and psychological love. Rin's feelings are very strong, and now that her heart has reconnected with Siota's past, her emotions become even more powerful. But Suta quickly uses his flag power and gently changes the dangerous flag into a safe and loving one, which is Conquest Complete Love Flag. The danger is gone, and things return to normal for now. The big sports tournament finally starts. Every student in the Quest dorm participates with full energy. One by one, all the members of the dorm do their best and win first place in their own matches. Everyone is happy and excited. Because of their strong teamwork, Quest dorm moves up to the top position in the tournament. Right now, their dorm is in first place. But then it is time for Suta to play his game is a penalty shootout. He tries his best and takes his shot, but sadly he misses the last ball. Because of that one miss, their dorm loses many points and they fall to 8th place in the tournament. Everyone starts feeling very upset and disappointed, the mood turns heavy and morale is low. Suda feels really sad and guilty. He thinks it is all his fault. He walks away from the crowd with a heavy heart. Ruri, the android girl from Mahugasawa Electronics, sees that Suda is deeply troubled. She follows him quietly and approaches him to help. Suda decides to share his thoughts with her. He takes her to a quiet greenhouse near the Quest dorm. The place is calm and full of green plants. There, he tells her about something he has been hiding. He explains that even though he can destroy many types of flags he sees on people, he still cannot destroy the one flag on his own head, the death flag. Suda remembers the strange letter he once found. He starts saying the words from the letter again. The princess, meanwhile, he thinks about Nanami. The magician, meanwhile, he thinks of Akane, the bishop, the ninja. As he says these names out loud, something unusual happens. Ruri suddenly reacts, her system activates, and she floats slightly in the air. Her voice becomes mechanical. She says a special code has been unlocked and a secret system is being released. Her whole body starts glowing with bright light and she speaks clearly about something called the shadows of the world. Ruri tells Suta that he seems to want to move forward into these shadows. She explains that the first gate will open only with the help of 4 heroes who carry the royal banner. Suta becomes thoughtful. He starts to wonder if this mysterious path might be the key to removing the death flag from his own life. Maybe, just maybe, this journey could help him change his fate. Suta then asks Ruri if she has any information about a girl named Sakura, the same girl who once gave him the strange power to see flags. Ruri searches her data, and although she finds something small, she cannot get any full details at that moment. When Suta asks where the first gate is, Ruri uses her advanced technology to create a projection in the air. In this digital image, Sutoa sees himself standing outside the Quest dorm. Nanami is beside him, dressed like a brave knight, and behind him stand the magician Akane, the ninja Ruri, and an unknown figure who might be the bishop. Together, they go underground, exploring a hidden area beneath the school. There, they find a strange old door that could be the first gate. As they open the door, a voice echoes in the air. It is Sakura's voice. She repeats her promise that she gave him power to uncover the truth of this world. Ruri says that this audio record was last updated in the year 1938 and that it was made by someone named Ninjabayashi Ruri. Suda becomes confused because it sounds like her own name, but she explains it was not her, just someone who had the same name many years ago. Suda then asks Ruri to search if there is anyone at the academy with the name Bishop, but she finds nothing. Suda realizes that if there is a way to escape his fate and protect everyone around him, then he must try. He tells Ruri that he truly needs her help. Hearing that, Ruri is touched. A pixel-shaped friendship flag appears on top of her head. It is small but strong. Their bond is growing. The final event of the tournament is an obstacle relay race that goes around the entire school. Suta cheers for his teammates one by one. He gives them courage with his words and energy. With every bit of encouragement, he makes shining victory flags appear on their heads. Akane, Kikuno, and Megumu all receive this energy and run with great power. Then for the final part of the race, Suta is teamed up with Nanami. As he runs with her, he suddenly realizes something strange. He has never seen a flag appear on Nanami's head, not even once. He tries to create one now, but even that does not work. At that very moment, Nanami gets hurt. Her leg is injured, but she refuses to give up. Even with pain, she keeps trying to run. Suta cannot let her suffer alone. Without thinking, he lifts her onto his back and starts running as fast as he can. Together, they reach the goal. Although they do not win first place and come in second, something beautiful happens. The people watching are so touched by their spirit and friendship that the executives of the academy decide to let Quest dorms stay open. Their teamwork, love, and courage win everyone's heart. Far away, in the shadows, a mysterious man watches everything. Slowly, the man changes form. He transforms into a tall, blonde-haired girl with a black mask. Her eyes look cold and sharp as she stares at Suta. She says quietly to herself that Suta is the one she has been looking for. Suta had promised Akane that he would take her on a date if she helped during the relay race. Because of this promise, a victory flag had appeared on Akane's head during the final event. Now that the tournament is over, it is time for Suta to keep his promise. So he gets ready to go on a proper date with Akane. But something unexpected happens. The other girls in Quest dorm overhear this news. They learn that Suta went on a special date with Akane, and now they all want to have their own turn with him too. One by one, all the girls express their desire to go out with him. They are not angry, they just want to spend time with him, the same way Akane did. Suta does not want to disappoint anyone, so he agrees to give each one a proper date. Only Nanami acts differently. She refuses to ask for anything directly. She pretends that she has no interest in dates at all. But then she tells Suta in a very rare and special cake in front of everyone, saying she wants to try it someday. At the same time, she tells him Ruri is too busy with research. She is deeply involved in looking through her system data and checking for anything unusual, so she politely declines the date for now. Suta leaves her to continue her work and begins his dates with the others. First, he spends time with Megumu. They go together to a place full of claw machines. Megumu is full of energy and excitement. She jumps around happily trying to win stuffed toys. Suta enjoys watching her play. After that, he goes with Akane to eat some sweet desserts. They visit a cozy cafe with a gentle breeze flowing outside. Akane looks happy and they talk while eating. Then they go to a quiet lake. They rent a small boat and paddle into the middle of the water. Akane accidentally slips and falls into the lake, getting completely wet. Suta quickly helps her out and gives her a towel. She is cold and shivering, so, to help her warm up, they go to the school library. Akane becomes emotional because that library is where she met her first friend. The memory touches her heart, and Suta quietly listens. After that, Suta goes to meet Ren. They spend time in a peaceful park. The sky is clear and the air smells like spring flowers. But during their date, Ren becomes extremely flustered. Her face turns red, and her emotions overwhelm her. She tries to act tough, but ends up fainting due to all the feelings building inside. Suta carefully helps her rest and stays beside her to make sure she is safe. Then comes the time for Kikino. She chooses a simple and calm way to spend her time with Suta. They sit together quietly, and she offers her lap for Suta to rest on. The moment feels peaceful and warm. They also talk about the sibling bond they share. While all of this is happening, Nanami waits silently. Later, while the girls are talking together in the dorm, while having bath, she asks about the special cake she told Sata earlier. But none of the girls know anything about it. Nanami gets disappointment and screams in anger. That evening, Sata walks toward the Nanami door and hangs the cake at her door. While doing this, Ruri suddenly appears beside him. She tells him that the hidden passageway they had found earlier had become buried under rocks. But she worked hard and dug it up again. Now the path is open once more. Together they follow the passageway deep underground. They move slowly, looking around as the walls become narrower and darker. Finally, they reach a secret chamber. Inside the room, they discover a strange old chest. The chest is covered with carvings. The images show a knight, a ninja, a magician, and a bishop, just like the titles of the people around Suta. There are also other unknown figures carved in the wood. Suta and Ruri do not recognize them. As they continue to explore, they see a crack in the rocky wall nearby. Through the crack, they see a strange and powerful light shining. The glow is intense and spreads in all directions. Suta feels that something serious is happening. Kyoto quickly tells Ruri to stay behind and protect everyone at Quest Dorm. He says it is his responsibility to face whatever is coming next. Ruri agrees, and Suta steps forward. He climbs out of the passageway, which leads him to an old stone well. When he reaches the top and steps outside, he finds himself in front of a massive glowing sphere. It is a large ball of energy that floats in the air, but is starting to fade. The powerful light slowly becomes softer, and as it disappears, a figure begins to appear inside the light. A mysterious girl steps out of the light. Her appearance is strange and otherworldly. She looks directly at Suta and calls him something unexpected. She calls him Mr. Enormous Death Flag. Her voice is calm but chilling. Suta stands still, staring at the girl, not knowing who she is or what she wants. A serious meeting begins. This place is not part of the academy. It is far away, inside a tall and important-looking building. The members of the powerful group known as the Council of the Seven Virtues are sitting in a circle. They begin a very serious discussion. They talk about all the bad things that are happening on Earth, that are plagues. They say that the reason behind these plagues is human behavior itself. They believe people have made many mistakes and now the earth is filled with sorrow. Suddenly, a girl wearing a long black mask walks quietly into the large room. Everyone there turns to look at her. This is the same mysterious girl who had appeared earlier. In this place, they call her Number Zero. She calmly points at someone from far away. She says that person's name is Hatate Suta. Number Zero tells the others that this boy, Sota, has a very rare and dangerous power. He can see the flags on people's heads, flags that show their future or fate. But he can do more than just see them. He can also change or remove those flags. This means he has control over people's lives. Because of this, the council believes something must be done about him. Back at the academy, a new school day starts. In the classroom, the teacher introduces a new girl. Her name is Mei Daimyo Zamurai. She looks quiet and serious. When Suta sees her, he immediately senses something strange. She seems to have the same mysterious power that he has. But before he can think more about it, the teacher announces something surprising. Suta will be part of both upcoming school trips. One trip to the ocean and the other to the mountains. His companions will be Megumu, Nanami, and Ruri. Everyone is excited. But for Suta, the ocean is a painful memory. He feels a deep fear when he thinks of water. That fear comes from the tragic past connected to the luxury ship. That ship had once sailed proudly, but something terrible happened. It sank, and only one person survived, Sota. When he reaches the beach, Suta freezes. He cannot go near the water. His body becomes stiff, and old memories begin to haunt him. Seeing this, Sumugi appears. She steps forward gently and offers to help Suta face his fears. She stays beside him and encourages him to try again. They make several attempts, but the fear remains strong. In the end, they decide to take a break. Suta goes to sit alone on a bench near the beach. He takes deep breaths, trying to calm his thoughts. Just then, a small girl walks toward him. She smiles sweetly and offers him a cold drink. She also sells him a popsicle. Suta looks at her and sees something shocking. A Story Stage 1 flag appears on her head. The girl introduces herself as Daishik Yogawa Kurumiko. The moment Suta hears her name, he becomes alert. The word bishop is hidden inside her name. He has been searching for someone connected to the bishop piece, and now she is right in front of him. Suta gently asks if she is a student or what her job is. But Kurumiko suddenly becomes nervous. She lowers her head, mumbles something, and quickly walks away. Later, the teachers announce that it is time to switch the groups. The students who went to the beach will now go to the mountains, and those who went to the mountains will come to the beach, but Suta is still assigned to the beach. He returns and again sees Kurumiko selling popsicles. This time he buys all of them from her. Kurumiko looks surprised. After a short moment, she runs away again. Suta soon learns something sad about Kurumiko. She lives all by herself. Her parents passed away and she has no one left. After hearing this, a new Story Stage 2 flag appears on her head. As an apology for running away before, Kurumiko decides to show Suta a secret place. She takes him to a quiet cave near the beach. The sound of waves echoes through the rocks. Inside the cave, she finally opens up. She tells Suka that she already knew who he was. Her parents had worked on the ship that sank. She says that after losing them, she had always felt lost. But now, standing beside someone who survived the same painful event, she feels a strange kind of relief. For the first time, someone understands her sadness. As they talk, the tide rises, the water blocks the cave's entrance, and they become trapped. Then, a dangerous thing happens. Many death flags appear on Kurumiko's head. Suta becomes very serious. He knows these flags are signs of danger and possibly death. To erase them, he makes an important decision. He gently takes Kurumiko's hand and says that from now on, he will become her older brother. By forming a bond of family, the danger fades. A Story Stage 3 flag appears on Kurumiko's head. It is a good flag, full of hope, but suddenly even more strange and dangerous flags appear. Suta realizes the only way to protect her is to bring her into his world. He invites her to come live at the academy. He explains that when he first arrived, many people helped him, and now he wants to help her in the same way. Just then, Ruri arrives. She quickly leads them out of the flooded cave. They walk back along the shore, side by side. As they reach the path near the dorms, they see someone unexpected. A short, mysterious girl with red hair and a hat stands silently, waiting. Her appearance is strange, and her presence feels heavy. The girl is none other than Megumu, their friend. His sisters had forced him to wear full girl's clothing. His entire outfit is now changed, and he looks like a completely different person. Suta then announces something important. He tells everyone that Kurumiko is now his little sister. He has decided to take care of her just like a family member. He wants her to live with them at the Quest dorm. Because of that, Suta needs help. Tsubagi the elder leads him to someone who might assist, that is Mimori. Momori says she is willing to help him, but in return, she wants something from him. She asks for a quiet date. So they go to a peaceful spot in the forest near a small and clear stream. Trees sway gently in the wind, and the water sparkles under the sunlight. While they sit near the stream, Momori begins to talk honestly. She explains that she knows she doesn't look or act like a typical girl for dating, but even so, she does not want to change who she is. She has always chosen to live in a truthful way. Suta listens quietly and tells her something meaningful. He admires her. Unlike him, Momori does not hide her feelings. She lives every day truthfully. These words bring back memories in Momori's heart. She remembers someone she once loved deeply, a relative who was very sick. To that person, she had promised to live honestly and be herself no matter what. Hearing Suta's kind words makes her feel emotional, her eyes fill with tears, and her heart feels light. She hugs Suta tightly. At that moment, a love flag appears on her head. She then promises him that she will do her best to make him happy and help Kurumako too. Even with Momori's efforts, they still cannot take Kurumako back with them, so sadly they say goodbye. But a big surprise waits for them when they return to the quest dorm. Kurumako is already there, smiling brightly. She explains that a kind girl helped bring her here. That girl is Mei, the new student with a calm and mysterious presence. When asked how she brought Kurumako, Mei explains that she simply altered the school records to make it possible. Tsumugi and Momori both announce that they will also start living at the quest dorm now. It seems the family is growing. When someone asks if Mei will stay too, she says no. But when Kurumako gives her a sad look and pouts a few times, Mei smiles softly and agrees to stay. That same day, later at school, Suta and Mei meet again on the school terrace. There, they talk about serious things. Mei reveals a big truth. She says she can also see flags, but her power is artificial and limited. Unlike her, Suta's power is natural and was given to him by a special source, the sacraments, especially Sakura. Mei compares Suta's power to the power of the angel boat, a mystical boat that sails through the waters of existence and changes fate itself. Mei then asks what Suta wants to do with his power. Suta tells her that he wants to remove his own death flag first. Then he wants to honor Sakura's request. He wants to discover the ultimate truth of this world. Mei nods and says she will show him part of that truth. With a flash of light, she takes him to a different world. In this new place, none of the girls know him. Everything feels strange. Mei explains that this world is being watched closely by the Council of the Seven Virtues. They are paying attention to the sacraments and especially to Suta. Then, Suta sees something that changes everything. They arrive on the ship Premium Embryo, but in the past. There, he sees a young version of Miyuki, his current teacher. Suta gently breaks the flag on her head. When Miyuki hears the words Quest Dorm, she remembers something. Her grandfather once lived there. Then she says her grandfather's name, Hatetsuda. It shocks him. A golden flag appears on Miyuki's head. Then, Mei and Suta return to their own world. Mei explains that the golden flag means main character. That world would have revolved around Miyuki if things had gone differently. She also says that Suta has the great power to change the world itself. But then something bad happens. Mei sees that Suta looks pale. He suddenly spits blood. He feels very weak. Even though he is so close to learning the truth, his body cannot keep up. Mei refuses to let him die. She grabs the flag on his head with her bare hands, trying to remove it. This act sends her into a terrible vortex filled with darkness and death. Inside that dark place, Mei understands something very painful. Suta has been carrying the weight of fate on his shoulders alone. Tears fall from her eyes, but instead of giving up, she fights harder. A love flag appears on her head. She overcomes her fear and finally manages to delay the activation of the death flag, at least for a little while. Later, Mei checks on Suta, who has fainted. While she is beside him, Sakura appears. Sakura speaks softly. She says that the apostles of the Seven Virtues already know many secrets they should not. She tells Mei that Suta will find the truth by himself. Then, Sakura gently puts Mei to sleep. When Suta wakes up, he sees something strange. The love flag now has a Conquest Complete mark on it. He looks at Mei and asks her about the flags and the council. But Mei looks confused. All of her memories are gone. It is a quiet and peaceful day. Kikuno, Sauta, and Rin are sitting together and relaxing in the garden. The weather is calm and everything feels peaceful. But suddenly, something unexpected happens. Ruri comes there and stands right in front of them. Without waiting, she picks up Sauta and takes him with her. Everyone is surprised, but Ruri says that Akane wanted to meet with Sauta, so she came to find him quickly. She acts like it is urgent and important. Back at the quest dorm, Kurumako becomes very worried when she notices that Sauta is missing. She does not understand what is going on, so she quickly tells the others. Everyone becomes concerned, and they all decide to go look for Sota together. Eventually, they arrive at Akane's house, where Sota is now staying. Akane welcomes them warmly and invites them inside. Inside the house, the group gets a very warm and luxurious welcome. They are served a large amount of delicious food, and everyone enjoys the meal together. After eating, they are invited to relax in the hot spring baths inside Akane's house. The hot water helps everyone calm down and rest their tired bodies. During the bath time, something a little embarrassing happens. Sota and Rin accidentally meet each other in the hot spring. It is clearly a mistake, but the situation becomes awkward. To avoid more trouble, Sota quickly sneaks out of the bath area without making any noise. He quietly leaves, hoping not to cause any more problems. Later, Nanami, who is feeling a little lonely and left out, decides to call Akane. She wants to know what is happening. But to her surprise, she finds out that everyone is already together at Akane's house and having a good time. She becomes enraged at them. After that, the entire group flies to the Principality of Bladefield, a beautiful and noble place to meet Nanami, who is already waiting. The group then boards a luxurious and shiny train to begin a new journey. The train is elegant, and the inside feels like a 5-star hotel. Everyone is curious and excited. While they are on the train, it becomes clear that Mei still does not have her memories. She does not remember the important things she knew before. Everyone notices that she is acting differently. Then, something strange and funny happens. A tiny version of Ruri suddenly jumps out of Akane's purse. The little Ruri surprises everyone and adds a strange twist to the journey. Sota decides to go to the restroom to take a short break, but while walking in the hallway of the train, he suddenly meets a strange girl. She is followed by a group of quiet, serious-looking maidens. The girl introduces herself. She is Hakua Berserker Bladefield, the 14th princess of the royal family of Bladefield. She seems very interested in Japanese culture and customs. The two of them sit down to talk. Hakua listens carefully as Sota explains the daily life, food, and traditions of Japan. During the conversation, he learns something new. Hakua is actually Nanami's half-sister. They share the same royal bloodline. This discovery makes things more interesting. While they are still talking, Nanami finds Sota. But suddenly, danger appears. A strange robot, which looks almost exactly like Ruri, appears and starts attacking. The robot is strong, fast, and dangerous. Its target is the princesses, including Hakua. A dangerous red light appears over Hakua's head. It is a death flag, a sign that something terrible could happen to her. Sota sees the flag and understands that she is in danger. He remembers the situation with Kurumiko from before and realizes that he must act quickly. Thinking fast, Sota rushes toward the back of the train. He decides to try something new. He pulls the emergency coupling to disconnect the last car of the train. Then he hits the emergency stop button. The rest of the train continues moving forward, while he, Hakua, and Nanami remain behind in the last car. This move saves the others from danger. The robot, still determined to follow them, prepares to jump off the moving train. But just before it can make the jump, a figure appears. It is the black-maked girl. She appears out of nowhere and destroys the robot completely. She acts quickly and without hesitation. Later, Sota explains how he used his flag power in a different way this time. He says he created a runaway flag. By detaching the last car and stopping it, he changed the flow of the situation. He did not try to remove or break a death flag. Instead, he changed the direction of the danger by changing their location. The train is now far ahead, and Sota, Hakua, and Nanami are left behind. They understand that the path forward is not easy, but they decide to walk together from that point as there is no other choice. A quiet story begins. It is not just a tale, but a memory passed through time. This story speaks about two queens, about powerful flags, and about brave heroes. Long ago, there is a peaceful kingdom. It is ruled by two kind and noble princesses. Everything in this kingdom is calm and safe until darkness arrives. The peace is broken when terrifying demons appear. They bring sadness, destruction, and fear. In the sky, a powerful goddess watches, but even she becomes affected. Her soul becomes tainted and cannot protect the kingdom anymore. With her last strength, she passes down her divine power to a single boy. This boy is Sota. She changes his appearance and turns him into a living flag, a special royal flag that carries hope and light. This flag has the power to save the kingdom and fight back the darkness. The royal flag is meant to bring back life and happiness to the land, pushing away the sadness that now surrounds the people. In this dark time, many heroes rise to protect the kingdom. The two princesses, brave and determined, do not stand alone. They are joined by warriors of different kinds: a noble knight, a wise magician, a strong bishop, and a silent ninja. These brave heroes travel to the gates of evil to fight the demon forces. But at the first gate, tragedy strikes. All 4 heroes lose their lives. The knight, magician, bishop, and ninja fall in battle. At the second gate, a terrible curse is cast. The curse erases the memories of the samurai, making them forget who they are and what they are fighting for. At the third gate, things become even worse. Because of the demon's clever tricks, the queen becomes separated from the remaining heroes. She takes the royal flag and tries to escape with it, running from danger and despair. Now back in the present time, Sauta, Nanami, and Hakuya are walking through a town. Everything seems normal at first, but then an important group arrives, the Council of the 7 Virtues. A girl with a black mask is among them. She walks straight toward them. She says they must come with her to meet the crown prince. Nanami explains to Sauta that this council is very old. It was created when the country of Bladefield was first founded. The council protects the kingdom and helps rule it beside the king. The group rides to the Grand Royal Castle. Inside the castle, they meet many people who are part of the royal family. Then the crown prince finally appears. His name is Elia. He is Nanami and Hakuya's older brother. Elia is warm and kind, and he thanks Sauta for taking care of his younger sisters. Everyone respects his position and listens carefully. Suddenly, the girl with the black mask walks closer to Mei. She stares at her and calls her number 7. It becomes clear that she knows Mei from before. She also realizes that Mei has lost her memories. Number 0 enters Elia's room and calmly explains that the recent murder attempt was not meant to harm anyone. Instead, it was a test to see how strong and ready the princesses truly are. She says that the people here carry a heavenly destiny. This destiny might mean they are meant to rule the world someday. Number 0 then says it is the mission of the Council of 7 Virtues to watch over the world. Later, everyone gathers again, this time inside Sauta's room. Suddenly, an announcement appears on the TV. Ilya is speaking to the people of the kingdom. His face is serious. He tells them that the king has passed away that very morning. He also reveals that the king's other sons tried to murder the youngest princesses, but their plan failed and they were stopped. Then, a shocking truth is revealed. Ilya says that he is not just a prince, he is actually Nanami and Hakuya's true father, which makes them the only royal heirs. 3 long days of mourning pass. People across the kingdom show their sadness and respect. After the mourning ends, a large festival begins to celebrate Ilya's coronation. People wear beautiful clothes, play music, and enjoy food. The atmosphere becomes joyful again. During the celebration, Sauta and Momori are mistaken for a royal couple. The crowd cheers for them as they walk in a parade. It is funny and confusing, but after a while, everything is explained and the confusion ends. Still, Sauta notices something unusual. Hakuya is smiling, but her eyes look sad. She is pretending to be fine, but deep inside she is upset. She is hurting because her grandfather, the king, died only a few days ago. While everyone else is celebrating, she is holding back her sorrow. Sauta gently comforts her. He shows her he understands. As he does, a strange flag appears above her head. It is an annoying girl flag, which means she may become overly clingy and dependent on him, but Sauta does not break the flag. He chooses to let it remain. The rest of the group starts to feel sorry. They realize Hakuya has been sad while they were enjoying themselves. They feel guilty for not noticing earlier. In the end, though, they all gather around Sauta and support him, even though it was Hakuya who needed the comfort most. Later that night, Sauta sits alone in the quiet garden. The air is cool and the sky is dark. He notices a stone plaque with words carved into it. As he reads, number 0 appears behind him. She introduces herself again and says she used to be Mei's superior. She points at the stone and explains that it tells an old story, one that may be more real than anyone knows. The story tells of 2 queens. One day, only one queen remains. She raises the royal flag and the demons flee, but before peace can return, one last demon shoots an arrow that strikes her. She dies. Then the boy who had become the royal flag, a boy blessed by the goddess, uses his power not to save himself, but to bring everyone else back to life. He remains in the form of the flag forever, never becoming human again. The princesses and the people honor him by making the flag the symbol of their country. As Sauta listens, he realizes that this story is about him. He becomes scared. He fears that everything he worked for will fall apart, that the light he thought he found will fade. Number 0 then asks him a question. She wants to know what the world means to him. Is it a place of hate or a place of love that deserves his sacrifice? Sauta's memories rush into his mind. He stands there silently, unable to give an answer. Number 0 then explains what she did to test the princesses. She says she will live or die to complete her mission. She leaves, but expects Sauta to answer her the next time they meet. Later, number 0 walks into a quiet prison. She stops in front of an empty jail cell. She smiles slightly and praises the person who escaped from there to save their younger brother. The name she whispers is Sauta Hate. Mimahori slowly walks back to the quest dorm. She wants to relax and forget everything that happened earlier, but when she opens the door to Sauta's room, she is surprised. Hakuwa is already sitting there inside. This unexpected moment leaves her confused. Soon, the news spreads quickly, and the girls from the classroom come to meet Hakuwa. When Hakuwa is introduced to the class, everyone begins to admire her. They feel that she is a true princess, someone calm, kind, and elegant. They even begin to think she looks and acts more royal than Nanami. Mimori watches quietly, unsure how she feels about this change. Soon, excitement fills the air. A big school fair is coming, and all students are preparing for it. It will be a special event with many fun activities. Everyone is looking forward to it. The biggest attraction of the first day is going to be a beauty contest. The students prepare the stage and decorations while Sauta, Kurumiko, and Sumugi are selected to be the judges. All the girls from the quest dorm are going to be part of the contest. Back at the dorms, Sumugi speaks to Sada seriously. She tells Sada to treat everyone equally. No matter how close he is to any one girl, he must be fair. Sada nods even though he feels a little nervous. To enjoy the fair preparations, Megumu and Hakuwa decide to dress in matching outfits. Hakuwa wears a disguise and even jokes that she will bow to him even if she is a princess. They laugh and continue getting ready. Meanwhile, Nanami is seen far away, hammering a wooden sign with great force. She explains to others that she joined the contest only so people would not say she is unfriendly. Still, something seems off about her behavior. She is acting strange. Later, while walking through the fairgrounds, Sauta comes across Akane. She is standing with a camera, trying to get a good photo. But no matter how many times someone takes her picture, she does not smile. So, Sauta casually snaps a photo of her. And something about the way he does it makes her face brighten for just a second. That night, Sauta lies quietly on his bed. He tries to sleep, but his mind keeps going back to the story of the engraving. He remembers the stone plaque and the tale of the two queens. He cannot forget the feeling it gave him. He takes out a letter from the drawer and reads it again. Even if he laughs or enjoys the day, the memory of the torn flag and its meaning continues to weigh down his heart. Just then, Nanami walks into his room. The door is not locked. She notices that Sauta looks sad, so she asks if something is wrong. But when he does not answer, she turns around and walks out without saying more. The next day is busy. Everyone works together to prepare for the fair. Nanami, Akane, Megumu, and Sauta go to buy food for the group. Megumu's ringtone plays suddenly, and they all confuse it for a rumbling stomach. They begin laughing loudly and playing around like kids. For a moment, they forget why they were laughing. But Megumu starts giggling again, and soon everyone joins in. It becomes a moment of real joy. Sauta feels peaceful and thinks to himself that he will keep trying to make these girls happy while he can. The fair finally begins. The beauty contest is about to start. Each girl walks onto the stage one by one, dressed beautifully. They introduce themselves and say what Sauta means to them. Akane speaks first. She says clearly that she likes him. Rin seems ready to say the same, but she becomes too shy and stops. Kikuno says Sauta is like her younger brother, but also someone who stole her heart. Mimori starts saying that Sauta is the one who will bring happiness into her life, but her words fade as she gets nervous. Ruri is calm and confident. She sits with the judges and says she already belongs to him. Mei, completely red with embarrassment, says that she doesn't like Sauta at all, although her expression says otherwise. Hakuwa, full of emotion, says she is so glad to have met him that she could die happily. Megumu mumbles something about their friendship going beyond the usual, too flustered to say more. When it is Nanami's turn, she seems angry. She yells at Sauta and blames him for something, making the others laugh. The contest becomes even more exciting with the swimsuit competition. All the girls wear white t-shirts over their swimsuits. Sauta is handed a water gun and asked to spray water on them to reveal the swimsuits underneath. He feels awkward but plays along. The girls laugh and enjoy the moment. Nanami, however, gets mad and kicks him in the face when he sprays her. After many games and fun competitions, the scores are all tied. Each girl has 2,200 points. To break the tie, a final challenge is added. The girls must confess their feelings to Sauta. Nanami is chosen to go first. She takes off her ponytail and stands in front of everyone. She speaks softly but with deep emotion. She talks about the day she met Sauta and how gloomy he looked. She says he began to change, little by little, but something made him go back to his sad self. Even though she does not know the reason behind his pain, she believes he will find a way to overcome it. She finishes her speech while blushing and thanks him for doing his best. Sauta is touched deeply by her words. No one had ever noticed how hard he was trying. Tears fall from his eyes. The other girls also begin to cry, feeling moved by Nanami's sincerity and emotion. Ruri laughs through her tears and declares that Nanami's tsundere level has reached 530,000. With that, Nanami is chosen as the winner of the beauty contest. Her prize is a date with Sauta in fair, and she also gets a free pass for entering the refreshment stand. Later, Nanami spends time with Sauta, enjoying different snakes and food. While they are wandering around, an unknown girl suddenly trips over them. She looks up in a panic and begs Sauta to help hide her. A big crowd suddenly runs into the school fair looking around for the girl. Inside the group of students, the girl takes off her glasses. As soon as her glasses are off, Nanami looks at her face and becomes shocked. Nanami immediately recognizes who the girl is. She is Ginyuin Serika, a famous idol. Nanami gets very surprised and excited. She also becomes upset at Sauta for not recognizing such a popular person. She tells Sauta that he must be from another world, like an elf, if he doesn't know who Serika is. Wanting to help Serika hide from the fans, Nanami quickly gives her a spare school uniform. She asks Serika to wear it and blend in with the other students. Serika agrees, and Nanami becomes thrilled because she can now be close to someone she really admires. Sauta watches all this and feels surprised. He notices how different Nanami's behavior is when she is near Serika. Normally, Nanami acts cold or strong, but now she looks very happy and cheerful. Nanami and Serika then decide to enjoy the school fair together. They visit many booths and attractions, laughing and smiling. Later, Serika opens up and shares her personal story with Sauta and Nanami. She tells them that there was a time when she felt very sad. Even though she had fans and support, she felt like she could not give happiness back to the people who believed in her. When she first started working as an idol, she was filled with hope, but as time passed, she began to feel pressure and sadness. One day, Serika sat alone on a bench in a quiet park. She thought that maybe it was time to give up her dream. She no longer believed she could make others happy. Just then, a stranger appeared. He was a young man wearing a purple hoodie. He looked at her and spoke gently. He told her that she had a golden success flag above her head. He said that this meant she had the power to succeed. That simple comment gave her strength. From that moment, Serika felt hopeful again. She held on to that belief and worked hard. Soon she became a famous idol who was loved all around the world. After hearing her story, Nanami quietly brings up the issue of the flag. She tells Sauta that she remembers he can see strange flags above people. She wants to know the truth. Sauta then tells Nanami something very personal. He explains that on the day he met Serika in the park, he was planning to end his own life. He had given up on himself. But before doing anything, he wanted to do one final good deed. Helping Serika was not really a noble act. It was more like a selfish wish to do something kind before disappearing. Nanami listened silently, her eyes filled with emotion. Back at the dormitory, everyone feels excited. Serika is going to perform at the concert, and everyone is talking about it. There is also going to be a final event at the school fair, a dance party. All the girls, along with Megumu, dress up beautifully. They are doing it for Sauta. Each one hopes to dance with him. Sauta smiles and promises to dance with all of them. Even Nanami, who usually acts distant, comes close and quietly waits for her turn to dance. The concert begins and Sauta sings in front of the cheering crowd. As she performs, her eyes scan the audience. She suddenly notices Sauta standing there. In that moment, she realizes that he is the same boy who saved her in the park 1 year ago. Sauta also notices something. He sees a flag of light glowing above Sauta's head. Then, as he looks around, he sees the same kind of flag glowing above everyone in the audience. He begins to wonder if meeting Serika has made him stronger. The bright flags in the crowd begin to connect. Lines of light stretch out and gather at Serika's flag, and then all the light is drawn towards Sauta. As this happens, Sauta starts to understand something important. Until now, he always focused on the flag of death he carried. But now, he sees there is more. These new glowing flags show that people are connected to him. Their feelings give him hope and can cover the darkness of his death flag. Just when he tries to accept this new hope, time suddenly freezes. Everything around him stops moving. The stage becomes covered with moving binary codes, ones and zeros flashing everywhere. Then, a mysterious figure appears. It is number 0. She begins to speak and explains that Sauta's emotional power caused a strain on the servers. Because of that, the digital world around them is frozen. Images from different parallel worlds appear in the air. Number 0 points at them. Number 0 says that these are all virtual worlds, they are not real. They were created by a group called the Council of the Seven Virtues. Their purpose is to fight something called the Angel Boat. She says the Angel Boat was created to monitor the real world, but now it has gone out of control. If left unchecked, computers will soon control all of humanity through the network. Tota listens calmly. He notices a truth flag above Number 0's head. She says his unique power is very important. Only someone like him who can alter the data of all events can reach the Angel Boat in cyberspace. Sota finally understands everything, but he wants to know why it had to be him. Number 0 answers. She says that the council has been running super fast simulations, worlds created using data from all of humanity. Inside one of those simulations, Sakura found Sota and gave him this power. Sota tries to ask who Sakura really is, but Number 0 says it no longer matters. His power has grown too much. If he stays in the current world, it will collapse. The girls in Megumu are waiting for him at the academy. Sota walks outside, knowing he has to leave soon. He feels sad. To him, this world was real. It was the only one that felt like home. At the same time, Akane and Nanami are wondering where Sota has gone. Nanami keeps feeling strange. She keeps talking about Sota, but suddenly, Akane looks at her and asks a question. She wants to know, who is Sota? Inside the headquarters of the mysterious council, everything starts to fall apart. The people there are losing control over the world's infrastructure. The system is no longer working as planned. Number 0 calmly reports that Sota is about to arrive. This news is very important and everyone becomes alert. Suddenly, Sota appears. He is no longer in the virtual world. Now he stands in the real world, but this place looks completely different. The real world looks like it has been destroyed. It is now a post-apocalyptic wasteland. The sky is dark, the land is broken, and strange creatures walk around. These strange creatures have one eye, and they look like machines. They are called the Angel Boat. They claim to be the gods of this ruined real world. The creatures approach Sota. They do not look friendly. Sota knows he must fight them. He gathers his courage and uses the power of the flags he has earned. With great strength, he fights back against the Angel Boat monsters. He defeats many of them one by one. But even though he beats some of them, more and more keep appearing in the distance. Number 0 watches everything and laughs. It seems like Sota's fight is endless. Back in the virtual world, the girls at the dorm return from somewhere. When they arrive, they seem confused. They do not remember Sota at all. It's as if his memory has been erased from their minds. They go to what used to be Sota's room, but they find it locked. No one can open it. They learn that the room is closed off because of an incident where Akane fell and injured her leg. While the others live their normal lives in the fast-moving virtual world, Sota keeps fighting in the real world. Number 0 now explains an important truth. The world is built around the nation of Bladefield. As long as Bladefield continues to exist, the real world and all of the virtual worlds will survive. So if Sota wants to protect everything, he must protect Bladefield at all costs. Nanami tries to keep going with her life, even as she struggles with missing memories. The time inside the virtual world moves faster than in the real world. Eventually, her school ends and she graduates. The quest dorm is going to be shut down. Everyone begins to leave. Nanami also prepares to leave, but something inside her changes. She suddenly remembers Sota. She stops and runs back to his locked room. Without thinking, she breaks into the room. Inside, she finds a letter. It is a letter she once wrote to Sota. She reads it and feels strong emotions. Just then, Ruri walks into the room. She is surprised to see Nanami break Sota's powerful protection mechanism. But something strange happens. Ruri kisses Nanami, and this causes Nanami to be teleported to a different dimension. In this new dimension, Nanami meets another Nanami. She is Sota's older sister. But this is not just any Nanami. This is the real Nanami from the real world. She followed her younger brother into the virtual world because she was so worried about him. She now explains the truth. Long ago, the Angel Boat turned against humanity. They tried to take full control of the real world. The council had to stop them. They used Sota by linking him to Bladefield and made the nation more powerful to fight the Angel Boat. Nanami asks why the council used Sota, who is just a prince of Bladefield. Real Nanami explains the reason. There is a fairy tale in Bladefield. It says that in every generation, someone in the royal family is born with a superhuman power. Sota is that person. Because of this, Number 0 ran many simulations to try to unlock his hidden powers. Nanami then tells how she entered the virtual world to find and save her brother. But Number 0 became aware of this and tried to stop her. Nanami was split into 2 sets of data. The real Nanami was locked away, and the virtual Nanami lost her memories. However, number 0 made one mistake. The real Nanami found a way to escape her prison. She used up all her power to run a secret program and implanted her consciousness into Ruri. This is why Ruri helped Sauta so many times. Virtual Nanami now remembers everything. She and the real Nanami hug each other. They return to the virtual world together. Meanwhile, Akane stands behind a door and cries. She feels like she has forgotten something very important. She holds a broken hairpin and talks to herself. She says she couldn't say no to her best friend. Outside the door, all the others stand quietly, watching. Together, they go underground. They reach the gate that Ruri found earlier. A mysterious chest is there. When they all touch it, they suddenly remember Sauta. The chest opens. Inside it, a golden flag glows brightly. Ruri shouts that this flag is their last hope. It was given to them by Nanami. Ruri then runs a powerful program called the Dimension Tracing Program. Back in the real world, Sauta keeps fighting. He is exhausted but does not stop. He keeps protecting Bladefield even when the situation becomes hopeless. More enemies appear and many death flags rise above the ocean. Sauta looks at the land of Bladefield, which is still standing. He knows he must protect it. Suddenly, a loud siren echoes. The massive ship comes into view in the sky. The ship fires at him, but the attacks stop just before they hit. Nanami has arrived just in time to save him. Sauta stands shocked. He looks around and sees many familiar faces. Akane, Kakuno, Megumu, Hakua, Mei, Sumugi, Ruri, Seirika, Miyuki, Rin, Mimori, and Kurumiko are all there. They have all gathered again. Sauta feels shocked and overwhelmed. His eyes become wide as his heart beats faster. He cannot believe they are here again. Without waiting, everyone starts flying into the sky to join the final battle. All of them move with strength and bravery, flying high and fighting the enemy with full courage. Sauta feels frozen. He is standing still, completely surrounded. He is unable to move his body. He watches his friends fight while his own heart feels heavy. He starts to mumble softly, his voice full of sadness. He feels deep guilt. He thinks that he can never repay them. They are all protecting him while he cannot do anything in return. The words feel heavy inside him. And then something changes. Akane flies close and says something that makes Sauta's heart beat faster. Her words give him strength. She tells him that he helped her become the person she is now. She tells him her feelings, and then, with courage, she flies away once again. Behind her, the others keep fighting with everything they have. Suddenly, the giant ship shoo-rounds all its allies and rises higher in the air. Its front part now looks like an angel. The ship begins to shoot beams of energy, hitting everyone. One by one, all the girls are taken down. Sauta gets up and flies straight at the giant ship, trying to stop it, but no matter how hard he tries, it feels useless. His attacks do nothing. Everything seems hopeless. But then something strange happens. Inside the ship, Sauta sees himself standing with everyone, but something pulls him away. He becomes separated from the group. A small girl appears in front of him. She looks innocent but strange. She tells him her name is Laplace's demon. She asks why he wants to save her. Sauta answers with kindness. He says it is the right thing to help others, but the girl doesn't agree. She looks at him seriously. She says his name and a scream is heard far away. A man is trapped under a heavy piece of furniture. Sauta rushes over and lifts the weight with great difficulty. He saves the man. But then, the fire spreads quickly. A large piece of stone falls on Sauta. Now he is trapped. The man he saved looks afraid. He says he cannot help Sauta alone. Then the man turns and runs into the smoke, promising to return. Sauta shouts, begging him not to go. But the smoke gets thicker and the man disappears. The little girl stands beside Sauta and says it is ironic. Sauta saved that man, but now he is left behind. Sauta tries to believe the man will return, but the girl makes him feel more and more afraid. Sauta begins to cry in despair. He starts to think he will be left alone forever. But then the man returns, and he is not alone. He brings back others, including the girls and Megumu. They all try together to lift the stone and rescue Sauta, but the weight is too much. Another explosion happens. A pillar falls from the ceiling. Time suddenly stops. Laplace Demon stands still and speaks softly. She says Sauta has no flag, but she tells him something powerful. She says he holds the power to change fate. She offers him a deal. If he agrees to carry all the flags into one, he will suffer endless pain. Everyone will forget him. He will feel cursed and alone. Sauta thinks for a moment, then he accepts the deal. As the flags gather above him, he feels the pain. He remembers the faces of his friends. Even though he knows they will forget him, he says he will always remember how they tried to save him. He feels the beauty of their hearts and how precious the world is. He screams with deep emotion as he gets swallowed by the glowing flags. All his friends promise they will live for him again. He tries to stop them, but they disappear. Then something bright happens. The girls and Megumo appear behind him. They support him with all their strength. Sata smiles through his pain. He is happy to know they kept their promise. Time moves forward. Sata wakes up in a bed. The girl wearing a black mask stands in front of him. She explains calmly that this is the real world. Everything is peaceful now, even though some trouble still remains because of the broken ship. She tells him many things. Before Sata entered the academy, he traveled between life and death. His mind was used to visit many virtual worlds. He fought against the Angel Boat. She explains that Laplace Demon and Sacrament were emotion programs cut off by the Angel Boat. These two programs were once part of the Angel Boat's consciousness. The Council recreated them in every test simulation to try and defeat the Angel Boat. They needed those emotional programs to reach the truth. One program felt close to sacrifice. The other felt close to human bonds. She explains that humanity was put through a great test. Then she removes her mask and reveals her true name, Kagura Bladefield, the founder of the Bladefield country. She reminds Sata that nobody will remember him, not even his sister who entered the virtual world to save him. But suddenly, Nanami enters the room. She hugs Sata tightly. She remembers him. Sata calls her his sister. The news says that the damage to the infrastructure is now under control. Later, Sata walks back to the quest dorm. He opens the door and finds Akane. She does not remember him, but they both decide to move into the dorm. Akane runs through the hallway and stumbles. Sata catches her. He remembers how she once fell. He hugs her gently. Akane smiles and says he saved her again. Sata starts crying. She kept her promise once more. Outside, behind a tree, Laplace Demon and Sacrament are watching. They whisper to each other. They say humans always surprise them. They say humans have shown how beautiful the world truly is.